I'm Lara Mullis with Carolina Kid News here at the NASCAR Hall of Fame for the NASCAR Whelen American Banquet in 2015. Who are you racing for next year, do you think?
Hopefully Rev Racing was sponsored by the NASCAR Diversity Program. Great program for minorities and females to get into the sport. So we're going to build on what we did this year and hopefully make it better. The Diversity Program sponsors all 6 of us. We race for Rev Racing, and they provide us with everything we need.
Carly, so your dad races. Can you tell me a little bit about his racing career?
Well, he's been racing for ever since he was 13, 14, around my age. So he's been racing for a long time.
And your dad races. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
We bought the car over the winter and we built it. I was his pit crew and we worked really hard to get this. And a wreck halfway through the season almost stopped us, but we made it.
How did you get started in racing?
Family tradition. My grandpa, my dad, everybody's done it, so it's just a natural you had to do it.
My parents manufacture go-karts and clutches, so I've raced since I was 6 years old.
So with your parents building go-karts, does that make it easier for you to do racing, you think?
Oh, I think it teaches you all the basic fundamentals you need for racing, not only the driving, but working on stuff and what it takes to go fast.
And can you tell me what you do with the NASCAR Foundation?
I am the Senior Development Manager, and so I help raise money for all of the different programs that the NASCAR Foundation does to impact kids' lives in all of our racing communities.
Well, what kind of programs do they do to impact kids' lives?
There's one that I absolutely adore and I'd love to talk about. It's called Speediatrics. We actually have 2 pediatric ER units. One's in Daytona Beach, Florida, and the other is in Homestead, Miami. 52,000 children go through there every year. Everyone gets a bear. And what we like to say is we help them to a speedy recovery because it's scary when you're in the hospital. And if you could have just a little bear, you're going to get better faster. You go to NASCARfoundation.org. That's our website. You can learn all about what the foundation does, our upcoming events, and if you feel it in your heart to give a child a bear, you can click on Speedy Bear and you can give it to a child.
I race the modified division at Bowman Gray Stadium, and I'm the North Carolina state champion.
Wow, that's so exciting. Can you tell me a little bit about your racing background and how you got there?
My family actually has been involved in racing since NASCAR got its start back in the late 40s. So I'm the 3rd generation Myers race car driver in my family. We've been racing NASCAR since 1948. We've been carrying the tradition on for 60 plus years.
I'm Lara Mullis with CKN Sports here with this year's champion. So how do you feel about getting a champion 3 times now?
It's a pretty awesome feeling. We put a lot of work and effort into it. NASCAR recognizes the top 500 in the country, and it's thousands of racers, and to be number 1, that's pretty special.
Your wife recently got in a car accident. Was that harder for you to get back into the car after that?
That was real tough for me. It was Thanksgiving morning. I heard it happen, and pretty scary moment.
I actually wrecked on Thanksgiving, and Lee was supposed to leave the next day to go to Kinley to race the Thanksgiving Classic at Southern National. So he immediately said he was not going to race, and after I found out that all it was a broken femur, I made him go race. I was like, you have to go. It's your last race of the season. He's come so close to winning that race the last 2 years, so I just knew it was his year to do it.
Our marriage would be able to work is for her to be pretty supportive, and she is that, and just very grateful.